Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
It's the house!
Did you hear what I said? You know, that's just one step above stupid. There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp.
Hey, they're both in different beds this time. How's it going, everybody? Got a massive crowd in here again. Oh wait, 81 people. Okay. Hey, did you guys watch the video earlier? I put out a video earlier and it hardly has any views at all. You always just kind of wonder about YouTube, you know. I think that would have been a good one for people to see. Had all the right tags in it and everything. Maybe you guys should try, I mean, when you guys watch the video, maybe go out and share the video. I mean, I try to say it all the time, but people think somebody else is going to do that. You know, so you should do it yourself. You know, if we had 500 people sharing the video, I'm sure it would do a hell of a lot better than, you know, 1,000 views. It's only going to get like 2,000 total. I can tell by the way it's going. You know, it's crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah, what a ridiculous letter somebody wrote. Jesus. Wow. So what's the deal with this I Miss Lisa? She keeps making weird comments. You make strange comments, I Miss Lisa, like everywhere, like in the comments section, you know, under the video. What's going on with you? You seem like you're a totally different person. I don't even know who you are at this point. Now, what's going on, I Miss Lisa? You seem like you're a little off, you know? You're a little mentally having a struggle today. Both your comments under my video were rude. This one's rude here. Okay, well, go be a fan somewhere else, I Miss Lisa. I'll go. I don't want one like you. All right. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Who the hell would want a fan? I'm trying to be a fan. I don't need your approval. I don't need anything from you. Okay? So you go do something else. All right? Jesus, what a stupid comment. Good Lord. Can you believe somebody would say that? Maybe try being nice. How about yourself? You made 2 ridiculous comments underneath my last video. Okay. And then you come in here and you make another one? Drama! Where is it?
Drama! Bitch, please.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Look at LM's been a member for 6 months. She's been a hell of a lot longer than that. She comes in and out. You watched the earlier stream. Agreed. Very interesting. What stream? I didn't stream earlier. I put a video out earlier, and it had nothing to do with. Oh, you mean agreed on that, and then a whole nother thing about very interested. Okay. Yeah. Yep. No, it's just, I don't know what the hell she was saying. She just came in here and started bitching and complaining. Nobody has any idea what she's even talking about. It's wild. It wasn't a 30-minute video. It was only 15. So did I put something? I mean, are you looking at something else, or? Okay, but you mean the one on the letter for Delphi, right? That one. Okay. Wow, look at that. Another 52-month Miss Gifts. That's a long time. What is that? 4 years and 4 months. Yeah, the ES letter, yeah. Well, it's weird that people think that they have the right to write a letter like that. Like, it's just so stupid. Nothing was accurate in it whatsoever. There had no intellectual quality to it at all. It was just somebody just, I'm going to try to make a difference. Watch how cool I'll be. And they didn't have the facts right. I mean, what are they talking about? Abby's phone pinged. Libby's the one that had a phone, right? No, that wasn't to me. That wasn't to me. It was a letter to the judge. I got thrown off by that comment in the premiere because you had just gotten the letter. I didn't get the letter. It's just a screenshot from. It's a letter to the judge in the case. It was a document, like literally one you could download. So anyways, let's just get to yeah. So I have these, like, kind of go back in time a little bit here, different articles. Yeah, it was a letter written to the court by some wacko in Florida. I bet, you know, imagine, I'd like to see what the response to the actual, you know, the whole community of Richard Allen innocent people. Did they think it was a good letter? Because if they do, man, God help us all, they're nuts. All right, anyways, right here it says the community of Comanche, this is in Oklahoma, Comanche, Oklahoma. This is back in September here. Comanche came together Monday for the funeral of a well-loved teenager whose body was discovered on the side of a two-lane highway earlier this month. The OSBI confirmed to KFOR that it's helping with the investigation into the suspicious death of Noah Presgrove. The parking lot outside the Comanche High School gym was packed with community members and former classmates dressed in red shirts and football jerseys. They lined up to say goodbye to 19-year-old Noah Presgrove. He was a great kid and he's an awesome athlete, said Andrew Jones. Presgrove, who graduated 3 months earlier, was a star athlete. Yeah, so he's a football player. Might have played other sports too. All right, so the Oklahoma Bureau of Investigation confirmed to KSWO 7 News that the body found along Highway 81 north of Terral on September 4th, 2023. So this happened, I think, like late night the 23rd or early morning hours on the 24th. It was that of 19-year-old Noah Presgrove of Comanche. OSBI said they are investigating the Comanche death as suspicious. The funeral service was held for Presgrove on Monday, September 11th, prior to Comanche football game. After his body was found, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office closed parts of Highway 81. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office called in OSBI to investigate. Let's see what this one says.
Since his death, the family of Noah Presgrove has searched for answers on what the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation is calling, quote, suspicious. Now they're turning to the public for help. I sat down with the 19-year-old's family, who says no tip is too small.
He was good-hearted. If you needed anything, he was there.
A family in mourning after 19-year-old Noah Presgrove was found dead on the side of Highway 81 earlier this month. Now they're looking to the public for help in solving his case.
Just finding out what really happened is our biggest goal. Now, that's what we're really wanting to ask people about, is if you know something, let us know.
The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation has declared the teen's death as suspicious, adding that they're waiting to receive a cause of death from the medical examiner's office. Presgrove's aunt says their family is also waiting and haven't been given many details.
Because of the...
How come, look at Elaine Talling typed in, "I'm out, bye." Why? What happened to you, Elaine? What's wrong with you? What's going on? What is going on with the people in here tonight? Seriously. What is going on in here? Who said anything to her? Is she upset about something? She put question marks up above and then just sort of... Jesus.
Investigation. The OHP isn't really releasing a whole lot of information because they don't want it to get out.
The recent high school graduate had plans of joining the service. His family spoke about his passion for sports, adding how he was loved by so many. Now they're asking Presgrove's adoring community
just
to
put
help
question
bring
marks
them
and then put
closure.
that in.
I mean, we need to know exactly what happened.
Or maybe
There's too
don't
many
have
stories
to
out
top
there.
chat.
Too many.
While also reminding the public of what kind of person her grandson was.
Everybody says they loved him. He was a true friend. So speak out, you know. Say something. Stand up for him. He would have stood up for you.
Anyone with information regarding Noah Presgrove's case is encouraged to reach out to the police. You can count on your 7 News team to keep you updated as we learn more.
I've had all these files for a few weeks. I just never have so many other cases to be covering. Family of Noah Presgrove calls on public for help. So this is, I guess this is another one, I think.
Since his death, the family...
It seems the same, but the date on it's way later than the other one. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. Looks the same. Must have put the same article out there. Teen found dead on a highway wearing only shoes. So he only had shoes on, suffered blunt force trauma, but death remains a mystery. Hey, thanks, LM. An Oklahoma teenager found on the side of the road while only wearing a pair of shoes last September died of blunt force trauma. Officials revealed this week, though his loved ones are still searching for answers. The body of Noah Presgrove, 19, was discovered off Highway 81 on September 4, 2023, and his death was quickly deemed suspicious, according to reports. The Oklahoma Medical Examiner's office revealed Presgrove died of multiple blunt force trauma, but the manner of death was listed as unknown. KSW reported Tuesday. The young man has just graduated from Comanche High School that previous spring and reportedly wanted to enlist in the military. That was April 30th. So there's like there's a long gap in there with not a lot of stuff being published. And this is on the 4th of this month. Now this is, well, let's see. Yeah, May 2nd was the update on here. The medical examiner summary report says 19-year-old Noah Presgrove died of multiple blunt force injuries, but the death of the Oklahoma teen who was found by a highway patrol trooper on the side of the highway wearing only his shoes Labor Day 2023 remains shrouded in mystery. The Oklahoma Office of Chief Medical Examiner refers to Noah Presgrove as Noah Alexander Nichols, although the summary report obtained by People and other outlets corresponds to the same person. In the one-page summary report, Dr. Leonardo Reckero checked the box unknown for Noah's manner of death. I think he died of blunt force trauma, but it doesn't appear. See, it's like regardless of what the situation, it looks like somebody placed his body where he was found. In the one-page summary report, okay, so he was in a fetal position and his body was covered up. With what? Dalen told the outlet, adding, "You can see blood seeping through the covering. As I'm looking at it, it just seems weird. The placement of the body, the tooth, the shorts, it doesn't look like a hit and run. I want to keep up with the latest crime." Okay. In September, the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation said they were investigating Noah's suspicious death. After graduating from high school, Noah planned to join the military, but after a party that lasted for days, the teenager went missing over the Labor Day holiday. The medical examiner does not know when or for what reason Noah was injured. Noah's body was found by an Oklahoma Highway Patrol trooper at 6:18 a.m. The medical examiner viewed his body the following day per summary report and finalized the case Monday, April 29th. Even if it was an accident, it doesn't matter. Come clean. Noah's cousin, Avery Proucher. It hurts not to know. I'll hurt knowing, but it hurts more not to know. So there was like a party the night before, and it was I think it was at this house right here. I think that's where the party was. And then his body was found kind of down the road right there. I actually have the exact spot. But hey guys, if you're out there and you want to help support the Grant Hughes Investigates YouTube channel, that would be great. We have tomorrow we're going to try to do like a bigger day because I want to try to reach the $200,000 mark. But this show is just like any other, so if you're out there and you can afford to help support the channel, that'd be absolutely awesome. Thank you. Oklahoma teen Noah Presgrove, cause of death is revealed as police give shocking update after he was found on highway with his teeth knocked out. The mysterious death of teenager found dead on lonely highway is no longer being investigated as a murder, so I guess at one point it was being investigated as a murder, despite his massive head injuries. Noah Presgrove, 19, was wearing only his shoes when his body was discovered on a desolate stretch of US 81 near Terral, Oklahoma on September 4th. He was last seen alive about a mile away at a 4-day 22nd birthday party with friends over the Labor Day weekend that was heavily documented on social media. So apparently there was a lot of videos, and maybe we'll find some of those. After almost 8 months, the Silence of Oklahoma Highway Patrol, which is leading the investigation, finally gave its first update since September. Yeah, so I guess these are some of the... What's that sound?
Come on. Yes, come on, Shady. Oh! Damn.
This
Come on. Yes, Shady. Come on, Shady. Oh! Damn.
this range, I will fucking. Dude, I'll just beat the.
Thanks, Paula.
Kyle was talking about that hit me.
Wait, I'm actually leaving out. I would just rather you know I don't know where
No, you slap me. I slap you.
as far as I can.
I do trust you. I trust me. I trust him. I trust him. You're really holding hit me soon. Go ahead. See, I wasn't gonna hold.
Music in it.
Which one?
Yeah,
We got it. You see my wiener? Country Pimp. One-on-one. Mike Tyson. I know.
I don't know what this is. It's kind of a random. The investigation is not over, and anyone with information on Presgrove's death is encouraged to contact us. This was despite friends and family who saw his body saying his badly battered face looked like he got beat up by 5 dudes. Not investigating the teen's death as a murder does not mean police have ruled out manslaughter, and detectives are considering competing theories. We would like to publicly thank the team that are working in unison tirelessly to navigate what has always been called as a suspicious death, not a murder, which is killing by premeditation. Thanks, Mono. We understand everyone's frustration more so than anyone. However, we ask that everyone be mindful of their dedication and perseverance in finding answers. And there's all kinds of weird pictures that come out of this. I mean, I guess I should just go through this whole thing because it's got a whole bunch of different information in there. There were no vehicle parts or debris observed at the scene. So if he got hit by a car and to do the damage that happened to him, there would have been pieces of the vehicle on the side of the road, but there wasn't any. And it sounds like somebody placed him there and then covered him up with something. There was no vehicle parts or debris observed on the scene at this time. What transpired is how the body was found on the road having multiple blunt force injuries is unknown. Therefore, the manner of death is deemed undetermined. The report summary also vaguely explains some of the events leading up to Presgrove's disappearance and discovery on the highway. Then he rode an ATV Ranger vehicle with several men that had a rollover incident. The incident was alive following the decedent was alive following the incident and returned to the party where he got into an argument with his girlfriend. So I wonder if some of the injuries you see on him are from the rollover, like some of the abrasions. The decedent left the house party and was not found until the morning of September 4th, 2023, on the side of the highway. Presgrove's best friend, Jack Newton, who was at the party but claimed he was asleep when he disappeared, said it was his ATV that was in the accident. Of all close friends. What? All of close friends? I don't know what that means. Said he wrecked my SXS I had there around 3. He wrote in a message to another friend. And he was super dirty and drunk, so a couple of girls helped him in the shower. Presgrove's family said they were confused by the reference to his girlfriend as he was single. Newton explained this in the same conversation. When he got out of the shower, he wanted to sleep in one of the girls' bed, and she said no, and that upset him, and he walked off. During the same conversation, the other friend, I wonder if that girl has a boyfriend that he wanted to get in that bed with. During the same conversation, the other friend asked how Presgrove got the horrific injuries he suffered to his face that appeared to be from beating. Bro, everyone that saw Noah at the viewing, including me, saw his face was beat up bad, he wrote in a message shared with Daily Mail. I know what a beat up face looks like, definitely not just me saying that. Everyone that saw him said that. Looks like he got beat up by 5 dudes. Other people who saw his body said it looked like his nose and cheek were broken. The damage to his face was in addition to other injuries to the back of his head and upper body Presgrove suffered and added fuel to fears he was murdered. Oklahoma Highway Patrol detectives who are leading the investigation are still unsure how he died and were told conflicting stories about that night. Theories include him being forcibly pushed from the bed of a moving truck where the blood spot was and staggering along the road before collapsing. I guess I don't know where the blood spot was. Therefore, theories include him being... Okay, we already read that. Presgrove could also have been killed in an incident or murdered elsewhere and his body dumped on the highway. Initial belief that he was killed in a hit and run was ruled out based on the pattern of his injuries that didn't include any damage to his lower body. Presgrove suffered massive blunt force trauma to the back of his head, causing skull fractures, but not killing him, according to the correspondence with the investigators shared with DailyMail.com. Instead, he died of internal bleeding in his torso, where he had several broken ribs and deep bruising on his left side. The teenager's body also had what looked like road rash on his left shoulder and hip, and his fingers were torn up like he was desperately clinging to something. Yeah, so these are some of the crime scene pictures. So I was actually able to find the spot because of these pictures here. So let's just pull this one out here. Not sure where it went, but... It's way over here, okay. Yeah, so I already kind of had a general location, so I kind of went up and down on the road here, and I think it's exactly right in the spot. So I was just kind of looking at that picture, this one, and you can see that shape of that tree back there. I was looking at that. I found that first, a tree that looked like that, like that one. I mean, it sure as hell looks similar, doesn't it? I mean, you know, even the branches right up in there look like they do the same thing. And then they're also up here on that picture. You can see these three poles or whatever the hell those are, and if you kind of pan over, it's like right there. So there's those three on the edge, and then if you look in the background, see how there's those little hills or whatever those are, trees making that shape. Yeah, so those are, I think if you go just a little bit, I think it's the other direction. Like this way. I mean, it gets close to it. You know, so I mean, you have to make sure that you can see everything and everything's the same. So they put up like a memorial right here, but it's right in this spot. And then on the ground right here, so I don't know if you can see it, but when you zoom in, look at this spot right there is this one, and then just right inside the I mean, look how it, like, see how the crack going this way goes right against that speed bump thing, and that's right on the side here, same one. So yeah, that's the spot right here. This is the location. His body was found just sitting right here on the road. Then now this is where the party was, right here. Let me watch this again.
Come on. Yes, Shady. Come on, Shady. Oh! Damn.
This range, I will fucking... Dude, I'll just beat the...
Yeah, what are the other pictures? There's another picture that I saw that he had. Like people were writing on him. Yeah, like right there, see that? I haven't seen the video of that, but there's all this writing on him. Let's see. Presgrove, C1, C... Oh, let's just look at the autopsy report ourselves. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different stories that people have, but he left the house party and was not found until the morning of September 4th. Presgrove's best friend, Jack Newton, who sent at the party but claimed he was asleep when he disappeared. We already read that part. I wonder what this part down here is. Another concerning photo appears to show, yeah, this guy has a gun on him, but he wasn't shot, so I'm not sure what's concerning about that. Presgrove left poses with a friend. Alright. Poses with friends on the Sunday night of the party, hours before his death. Confronting photos of police chalk outlines showed his... I think somebody foreigner wrote this one. The only blood found on the scene despite the extensive injuries all over his upper body. Still is a spot of blood. Farther away, I guess. Let's see. Photos, police chalk outlines show his teeth were found scattered across the highway. I mean, that's kind of weird, that part, right? I mean, like if he got hurt somebody else, wouldn't his teeth sort of be already out there? Hey, thanks, Eugenie. And hey, guys, if you guys want to help try to reach the goal tonight, I would appreciate your guys' support on the channel. You know, allows me to do all the stuff that we do on the side and help support me. You guys are the sole source of income for the channel on these live streams. Thank you. One video from the night he died showed some of Presgrove's friends writing their names on his bare buttocks with a marker. The writing was not still there when his body was discovered in the early hours of the morning. Huh. Well, maybe that came off when he took that shower. You know? I mean, I don't know. Like this stuff right here, it's on him. And then maybe after this is when he got into the Reck or something. And then, you know, on the ATV. And then he came and took a shower and it washed all this stuff off. Thanks, Osiris Stewart. I mean, I'm not sure what kind of pens these are either. I mean, are these just to kind of, you know, wash off the same one you use on a refrigerator or something? One video from the night he died showed some Presgrove friends writing their names on his bare buttock. Presgrove had to repeatedly insist that a male friend hit him, eventually one giving him a light tap before sprinting away. Another concerning photo appeared to show a teenager holding a rifle with Presgrove visible in the background. His family complained his friends all claimed to have no idea what happened to him and how he ended up dead by the roadside just hours later. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation described his death as suspicious days later. Even Presgrove's family said they were in the dark, and the Oklahoma Highway Patrol refused to provide any details to maintain the integrity of the investigation. The longer you keep the truth inside, the guiltier you become. You could aid in getting justice for Noah, his sister Madison Rawlings said. Presgrove's grandmother, Deborah Smith, also called on his friends to tell the whole story about what happened the night he died. When you think you have friends that you trust with all your heart, and then here it comes. Sorry, Noah, that some of your true friends stabbed you in the back, she said. We lost an amazing young man to the horrible choices to others. Please do not let us lose out on justice. We've heard so many different stories, but we have yet to hear the truth, the whole truth, which we deserve. I know it's scary and I know it's hard, but we deserve to know what happened. Noah deserves to have his story told. We will not stop searching and asking. We will not stop demanding. It will come out. Now here's the autopsy report. Broad abrasions on the upper back containing black material, abrasions showing combined linear and very sized pinpoint to ground to irregular. Let me turn this volume down a little bit. Irregular individual pattern involving the left upper back, shoulder, posterior left arm, abrasions on the right buttock, abrasions with the... You know what it sounds like? I mean, these guys are just doing all this crazy stuff. I think it almost sounds like they did something else, or he's like, woo, and he fell off of, fell out of a vehicle or something somewhere, and they were like, holy shit. Oh my God, and they moved him to another location and just let him sit there. That's what it sounds like. I mean, I don't know. There's just, because all this other stuff, the stuff that you get like, the rash, the abrasions on his butt and everything. Yeah, I mean, look at how they were hitting each other in the face. He crashed on the four-wheeler, etc. Yeah, he's probably really drunk and put different shoes on. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why he was naked, but maybe that was part of it. It seems like he was kind of already naked, right? They were riding on his bare butt, and he just kind of was like, woo, running around. I don't know. Soft tissue hemorrhage of the posterior upper chest cavity, bilateral hemothorax of at least 1,200 milliliters in toto. Bilateral posterior rib fractures as follows: right 1 through 5, so that's some like a really hard impact, and then the left 2 through 5. Thoracic vertebral fractures, abrasions on the right arm and forearm, left elbow, thighs, knees, legs, and right foot, side of the right ankle and side of the right hip. In consideration of the circumstances surrounding the death, autopsy examination, and toxicology result, the death of Noah Alexander Nichols is due to multiple blunt force injuries. The decedent was found naked, wearing only a pair of shoes on the side of a highway on the morning of September 4th, 2023. There were no vehicle parts or debris observed on the scene. At this time, what transpired on how the body was found on the road having multiple blunt force injuries is unknown. Therefore, the manner of death is deemed undetermined. Or I'll leave this up here. You can read these too. I mean, just tons and tons of stuff wrong. Hey, Shar. And let's see what the circumstances are. The decedent was a 19-year-old male who was found on the southbound side of a highway by a passing truck driver on September 4th, 2023 at approximately 5:53 a.m. He was naked and was only wearing unmatching shoes. There was a pair of shorts found several feet from the decedent and was reported to be his. Additionally, there were 3 pieces of white metal chain. Let's see, unmatched shoes. Yes, he had unmatched shoes. He was naked and was only wearing unmatching shoes. There was a pair of shorts found several feet from the decedent. Hey, thanks, Shar. Part of the tooth, so that says, let's see, there was a pair of shoes found several feet from the decedent and was reported to be his. So he was naked and was wearing unmatching shoes. There was a pair of shorts, found. There you go. I was trying to figure out what the hell I was reading there. Several feet from the decedent and was reported to be his. Additionally, there were 3 pieces of a white metal chain as well as part of a tooth present several feet from the decedent. Also, there was a clump of hair found within one of the lanes of the highway several feet from the decedent. Also, there was a clump of hair found within one of the lanes of the highway. Was that his hair, though? Is there a May 17th subscriber meeting? Thanks, LM. Also, there was a clump of hair found within one of the lanes. How does that happen? A clump of hair was observed on the right buttock without blood or tissue. So there's a clump of hair on his right buttock without blood or tissue. The paved highway consisted of 2 lanes with shoulders on both sides and speed limit of 65 miles an hour. The highway was poorly lit at night. There were no vehicle parts or debris observed on the scene. Further investigation revealed that the decedent was at the house party and drinking on September 3rd, 2023. Then he rode an ATV Ranger vehicle with several men that had a rollover incident. The decedent was alive following the incident and returned to the party where he got into an argument with his girlfriend. Turns out it was just a girl that was there. It wasn't his girlfriend, but you wonder whose girlfriend that might have been, right? The decedent left the house party and was not found until the morning of September 4th, 2023. Yeah, was it possible, though, that the rollover accident gave him way more injuries and he just was okay, and then, I don't know, man. He had all those broken ribs. That seems too much. Would he really be able to walk around with all that? So it says external examination. The body was received sealed with a seal number along with the Oklahoma Office of the Chief Medical Examiner identification tag. The body was that of a normally developed and nourished Caucasian male appearing about the recorded age of 19 years. The body measured 73 inches in length and weighed 175 pounds. Rigor mortis was complete. The pink-purple liver mortis was present posteriorly and fixed except in area exposed to pressure. The body was received wearing only an unmatched pair of shoes. The right shoe was a Hey Dude brand with a speed lacing shoelace containing minimal debris and grass inside. The left shoe was an Adidas brand with a regular tied shoelace containing more debris and grass inside. There was no observable damage to the shoes. Also received were 3 separate brown bags labeled as follows: shorts containing a pair of white printed shorts without observable damage, white metal chain containing 3 pieces of white metal chains. I'm not sure what is that like a necklace or, I don't know. And tooth containing a broken half of a tooth consistent with a molar tooth. That means it's back a bit. The scalp hair was brown. The eyes had white scleria, pale conjunctivi, and brown iris. I don't know what that says. Irises, maybe, having 5 millimeter dilated of the right and left pupils, respectively. There was no evidence of petechiae hematoma injuries or lesions present. Like hematoma is a bruising, right? There's none of that, huh? That's crazy. I mean, how's that possible? He's got blunt force trauma. The dentition was natural. There was stubble. There was no evidence of petechiae or lesions identified in the oral mucosa. There was no masses discernible in the neck, and the larynx was in the midline. The thorax was symmetrical. The abdomen was flat. The external genitalia were those of normal adult circumcised male. There was drying artifact. There was drying artifact of the scrotum. The back and extremities showed no significant deformities. There was a drawing in black ink of a stick figure person on the side of the right thigh. There was a cluster of parallel line scars on the posterior left arm and elbow. There were additional scars of different shapes on the rest of the extremities. There were scabs present on the right upper lip and palmar surface of the right thumb and index finger. There were scabs and healed abrasions on the right side of the nose, back of the right hand, including the third through fifth knuckles, middle phalanges of the index to the fifth finger, and distal. It'd be cool if they had a drawing of all this. Now there was a round healing ulcer on the posterior right thigh. There was drying on the palmar surface of the hands. There was skin slippage and bullae in the right upper back and left knee. There was a cluster of tan, horizontal, linear, interrupted abrasions on the left abdomen, swabs, oral, penile, and anal hair, scalp, and pubic hair, fingernail clippings, and photographs were obtained. Head and neck. External examination revealed a 4-inch by 2-inch abraded evulsion laceration having a fish-like appearance, having drying artifact on the left frontal parietal scalp with exposure of the bone. I'm not sure what they mean, fish-like appearance. The shape of it. There were subjacent abrasions on the lateral left elbow, corner of the left eye and left cheek, front of the left ear with associated lacerations on the antihelix and concha and left side of the neck. There were abrasions on the right back of the head, behind the right ear, and subjacent posterior right neck. There was blooding coming out from the right and left ears. The upper and lower teeth were broken with few fragments found inside the mouth. I don't know, man, it's almost something like somebody hit him with a baseball bat or something. I mean, it's just crazy. You know? Hey, thanks, Eugenie. Hey, look at that. Eugenie's attempting a wave on a night we sorely need one. Let's see. There was bilateral Let's see where internal examination of revealed subcutaneous scalp and corresponding. I mean, we can go through all this. It's just, you know, I'd rather see a picture of it. Torso external examination revealed broad abrasions on the upper back containing black material. There were abrasions showing combined linear and very sized pinpoint to around to irregular individual patterns involving the upper back. Internal examination revealed contusions and lacerations of the right and left lungs. There were lacerations of the left pulmonary vessels, left atrium of the heart. Hey, thanks, Eugenie, WNC Granny, and Kit Kat. Now, why are you upset, LM? I mean, what's going on tonight? Like, it just seems like it was just a totally normal night, other than that I Miss Lisa or whoever the hell that was at the beginning. I mean, let's just kind of all just hang out and, you know. Thanks, Georgina Stoliker. I think we're at, what is it? His brains, he had a pretty big brain there. That's like Neanderthal size. I remember taking that in class. Like normal humans are, I think, 1,200 to 1,400 cc's. Or maybe that's not what that is. It's grams. I don't know if that was. Hey, thanks, Esther. Hi, Gray, and fellow freak. Or let me get all these up here. So we start off with Eugenie here. Then WNC Granny. Hi, everyone. Just getting here. I'm going back to watch from the beginning. Then we have Kit Kat. How's it going? Then Georgina Stoliker. Then we had Esther M. Hi, Gray and fellow freaks. Gray, I received my signed copy of the Chloe Notebook and Freak Stress Ball, and I absolutely love all of it. You're awesome, Gray. Please know that you have a lifetime supporter right here. Ah, well, that's so nice. I mean, I know, as Eugenie said, my handwriting isn't the greatest, but hey, at least I give it a shot. You know, at least I gave it a shot. And then thanks to JJ there. Thanks for being you, Gray. Well, thank you. And then Joseph Brennan. Yeah, it seems like you look familiar to me. I don't know why. Joseph Brennan. And then Olivia. Thank you. Maybe we got all the way up to a third. It's not too bad. Examination of the extremities revealed abrasions of linear to irregular shapes. Yeah, we did that one. An autopsy was performed utilizing the normal thoraco-abdominal and posterior coronal scalp incisions. The pleural, pericardial, and peritoneal cavities. I don't know what any of this shit means, to be honest. I mean, I know some of the words, you know, but it's like, other than that, you'd have to go through. I could probably do something where you take a 3D model and you put everything on it that it says by looking it up. An interior neck dissection with internal examination of the underlying muscle vessels and structures was performed. Except for the above previously described injuries, the internal system were as follows. The head, 1,476 grams. The neck, no abnormality. Cardiovascular system, the 385 gram heart had a normal configuration. Basically, they're just going to say that I was fine. Were unremarkable. Yeah, so what was the cause? What was the actual cause of death? Just from the blunt force trauma? In consideration of the circumstances surrounding the death, autopsy examination, and toxicology result, the death of Noah Alexander Nichols is due to multiple blunt force injuries. Yeah. See, unfortunately, this is very similar to like a fraternity or something. You have all these people partying. It sounds like something happened with other friends, right? He did get in that wreck earlier, but he came back and, I mean, is it possible after that wreck he was really, really injured badly, but because he was so drunk, he was just like, you know, and then he dies later? And then they're like, holy shit, what do we do with him? And then they put him. But it seemed like, what about his teeth, though? I mean, when he's at the party, obviously his teeth were in. Because they say he came back from the party, right? Or is that, maybe that part of the story isn't true, that after the four-wheeler, he never actually made it back to the house. Nope, what? I gotta put a full sentence in there. I don't know what that means. So look at that. You have the four-wheeler. What if the four-wheeler accident is what really caused this to him, and he never made it back to the party? What do you mean explain the fingertips? How messed up is the ATV? I don't know. Okay, how do you know it's a homicide, Teresa? Is that because you want it to be one, or? I'll tell you who didn't do it. Karen Reed. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I'm just curious. I don't know why people just already know the answer. Probably because they've been hanging out on Facebook groups, and that's what everybody's saying. So therefore, that's what it is. You know. But it's interesting how they already talk about how he got in a wreck. I mean, is that maybe that's the thing that isn't true, and they're trying to help explain some of his injuries by that. Do they mention his knuckles in the autopsy? Yeah. Does it say that in here? Fingertips? This. Huh. I'm going to have it do the OCR so the words are searchable. No, it's not being logical, Teresa. It's just you wanting it to be a homicide. If it was that obvious, Teresa, then the law enforcement would have said the same thing, don't you think? Oh, no, it's a cover-up now. Oh, I see. I'm not saying it's not one, but we don't know yet. Let's see. Oh, I just realized who this is. The middle, let's see, back, fifth knuckle, middle phalanges of the index, fifth finger, and distal thumb. There were healed abrasions on the lower back. Okay, so it doesn't mention that for what? It's a cover-up? Is that what you're saying? That it doesn't mention the finger tips of the fingers because of a cover-up, or what? Right, that's what I think. It's more likely, Tanya, that they were being so rambunctious that he did something, and you know, who the hell knows what actually happened? But they were just doing crazy stuff, and it might have led to his death. And then they just said, "Oh shit!" and they covered up and they put his body out on the road. But why was his teeth kind of all over the road? I mean, did they go, "Oh shit," and they just kind of toss his teeth out too, or? I just mentioned the teeth. I mean, how did they get there? Well, when you say likely is, how do you know it's likely a homicide? I mean, it might be a homicide, sure, right? Because somebody else caused the death. Like, for example, it could be vehicular homicide. You know, you're driving around acting recklessly drunk and he falls off the car. You know, that's a homicide, but, you know, saying it's an intentional act by somebody, I mean, who knows? Could be for sure, though. You know? I just don't, you know, nothing, you know, yet just goes, ooh, wow, you know? I mean, I've looked at this, you know, I get emails here and there, and I look at something and just... Yeah, no, like, why would you bring the teeth there? Like, maybe they're, like, I guess you could say something like, so it happened somewhere else, and some of the teeth were loose in his mouth, and when they brought him out to put him on the ground, some of them fell out of his mouth onto the ground, then they covered him up. You know, that's about the only thing you can say to try to make that work. Which doesn't sound incredibly unreasonable either, but... Why would their DNA be on the teeth? I don't get it. Yeah, it could be like a homicide, but not like a murder, you know. I just don't know where you're... like you're so sure of it, you know. And where's this information about the fingertips? Why wouldn't the medical examiner notice something like that? Right. I mean, maybe at the end he was covered with something though, right, Teresa? So somebody must have got out and covered him with something. Like somebody who cared about him put that on him, and there was blood coming out from it. That's what we read, right? So that's sort of interesting, right? Well, how do you know anything about what degree something is, Teresa, without any... God, it's just wild. You're so certain with something that we don't have the information. The fingertips were shredded. You mean like they were... When you say shredded, what do you mean? Who's telling you that? Why isn't it on the autopsy report? Right, somebody covered him up. Right, that's what I said. Right, and it sounds like somebody that actually gave a damn, too, you know. Yeah, it could be like, I mean, I knew this kid when I was younger. His name was Tom Springfield or something like that. Tommy Springsteen. Tommy Springsteen. And he was on the back of he was in a pickup truck sitting in an inner tube. And then something happened where the wind or something picked it up, the inner tube, brought him out on the inner tube on the ground and just smashed. He died doing that. Like he just, I mean, it's crazy. Like we used to play basketball and everything, and you know, I was just wondering if it was something kind of like that. You know, maybe he was trying to, you know, drag on. Are you saying like his fingers looked like he was dragging him along cement, the road? What are you guys thinking? Right. But, you know, we keep seeing these things where the family says things that are a little bit more dramatic a lot of times to the news outlets. So we don't really know. I mean, don't you guys trust the medical examiner here? At least in this, you know, like he's describing what he's seeing. I mean, it doesn't sound like he's like that weirdo that we had in the DJ Ficky case. So his clothes were folded, yeah. See, here's what I could see happening. That one of their stupid things that they were doing resulted in his death, and he was naked at the time when they did the stupid thing. He looks like he's naked in half the pictures in here. Then they place him out there, and then they actually bring his clothes out, and, you know, it was probably likely a female or somebody folded it up and put it there, maybe even covered him. I mean, that's what it sort of sounds like. I mean, it could be anything. I'm just throwing it out there. And they're all covering it up because they don't want to get in trouble for causing his death, even though it was sort of, you know, I mean, it could be something more like, you know, like they're drunk and he's like, hey, slapping. They're in the back of a pickup truck slapping each other. And the other one slaps him and then he falls over the back and lands on the ground or something. Hey, Montana gal, what the hell are you talking about? We're talking about a whole different case. Can you grow up a little bit? Richard Allen's the killer, Montana gal. Mark it down. You're wrong. I know that you want him to be innocent. They seem so out of control, slapping each other. Yeah, I mean, it seemed like they were nuts. I mean, the girl slapped him in the face, and then the one guy slapped him and ran, and he wanted people to punch him, and he was just really drunk, and it just seems like it's more likely that... And earlier, they had a four-wheel drive that crashed. I mean, I have to admit, I'm not like an expert on the case. Like, I don't have all the information and everything. But this right here is... It's not mentioning fingertips, but maybe there were. You're talking about like fingertips were on the ground, being dragged on the asphalt, and they were just kind of like, you know, like abrasions. Is that what you're talking about? Okay. You know why they didn't care about the Purdue professor, Montana gal? They had already ruled out Odinism, okay? It didn't work with the... It didn't fit. Nothing worked. But see, you're one of the wackos that believes that it's a huge cover-up, that there's Odinism all throughout the police force and the state, and they all just didn't want to have it pinned on an actual Odinist. You're a nut. Why don't you go embarrass yourself somewhere else? Right, let's see. It must be his birthday. Yeah, well, they said it was like a 4-day birthday party. Did all the teens get interviewed? Oh, I have this alarm clock here. Gotta admit, his defense did their job. No, not really, Will. They're absolutely a joke. I mean, that's the thing. I guess it did do their job because it made people like Montana gal and all the rest of the crazy people out there believe in something that's so ludicrous. Okay, right. So all the kids took polygraph tests, right? In this one? Hey, Montana gal, go embarrass yourself somewhere else. I'm not interested in talking to you. You're not interesting. Nothing you're saying is interesting. Go do something else, please. Thank you very much. Seems more like a crazy 21-year-old birthday rather than a 22nd. Well, when you're that age, every birthday is kind of the same. I mean, so nobody at the party has said anything yet over all this time? They're all just been quiet for 8 months? Not one soul said anything? Oh, okay, his birthday's today. Okay, whatever. I mean, I'm just... Jeez. Did they investigate all the phones? I don't know. Yeah, it must be tough on the family with the birthdays today, but we weren't really talking about that. I don't know anything about the cell phones. But hey, guys, if you we want to help support the channel tonight, that'd be absolutely great. We are about 33% of the a normal goal night. So if you're out there and you can, that would be great. We don't always agree on everything, that's for damn sure. Seems everyone suspected his best friend at first. Of what, though? I mean, they just pummeled him with a bat or something? Or, like, what was... They don't know what caused those injuries, obviously. They just know that he has blunt force trauma, but they don't know what caused them. You'd think there'd be a little more something pointing to something. In the autopsy, a paint chip somewhere, or a... Well, you'd think, but we don't get to know if they have all their phones. Yeah, I liked Heels in the Air. As she was always supportive of me, at least in the darkness of the wackos out there. She was supportive of me, so I appreciate that. There's people that actually get me, and there's people who don't get me. And the people who don't get me, they turn into wackos. Like, I miss Lisa up there. I mean, I don't even know who the hell she is, and she's just talking away, talking up a big storm. I don't even know who the hell she is, She's been around just for like a month. And, just talking all kinds of crazy stuff. Hey, thanks Paulette Leonard and Quinta Huggins. A big thumbs up. And then Kit Kat, when was the last time you were put in So Mean jail? Well, I guess right now. I guess that's what you're telling me to do. And there it is, okay? She Kit Kat passive-aggressively tossed me in jail along with Esther there. Esther was the official gong on that one. Hey, thanks Wendy Van Rokel. Oh, look at Chloe's going nuts over there. Chloe! Wonder if she can hear that. Yep, I'm so mean. That's what Truth Sleuth always says. Hey, I'd have a lot more months, but Gray was so mean. Yeah. Yep, I'm in jail now. She passed away, Russian Aloha. Like a week ago or so. I made a community post about it. You got to check it out.
When was the last time you were put in So Mean jail? Smiley face.
Right now. But the point of being in So Mean jail is to get bailed out, and I've noticed that since I've been in here, we're still sitting here. I think she fell down and then got a blood clot related to that. She's doing a live stream even. Oh, for Kit Kat. Kit Kat throws me in jail, and then I'm just sort of... Oh, for Kit Kats. Okay, all right. That's enough to get some Kit Kats. WNC Granny for a file. Okay, so far I have no bail at all. I'm still just sitting here. I got Kit Kats. I got a file. I got Georgina Stoliker just saying hey. That's what I just said, Russian Aloha. Yeah, I think the live stream's still up there. I'm not sure about the blood clot, but her lungs were... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like a blood clot, yeah. Yeah, I mean, she'd still be able to breathe and everything. Hey, Gene Salzman. Gray, you bastard! Get out of there, she said. Well, that's enough to just open the door, perhaps. And then Esther bought me more treats. Anything to keep your sanity. Maybe a Snickers bar or a Kit Kat, you never know. But I'm still not out of prison yet. I wish I was more like you. Just say what I think. Well, do it, Lisa. Just do it one day. Just see what it feels like. All right. Hey, look at that. It was me. There's some bail. All right, now we're outside the facility. I think that's enough to get me out the door. Now I'm going to need the Uber ride. Oh, and I got more ho-hos. Now I've got a Kit Kat, ho-hos, a file, and what was the other one? And treats and things. All right, so now I'm sitting out there. Now I'm going to need the Uber and a hotel for sure. You know, or you guys want me to walk to the hotel? Is that she apparently had severe... Yeah, she didn't... I mean, it didn't help not being able to breathe very well originally, but I think it's something else happened after she fell. Yeah, it works really well for you, Cindy, doesn't it? All right, so how am I getting to the hotel, you guys? Come on. File in a pie. Okay, well now I've got two files, but one was hidden in a pie because the first one was taken by the jailer. Yeah, well, it's crazy because at least she went while she was doing what she loved, right? See, I mean, she did the live stream and... Man, I'm just... You want me to walk to the damn hotel from there? Holy moly, you guys. Dang right, dang right. Well, I guess I'll just have to start walking. We'll see what happens. Who knows when I'll get there. That's what I think it is. Can't really see him. Oops, that's the frame of the... Look at that. Look at that pose. What the hell is that? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure how to look at this thing. I mean, people are talking about the fingertips or abrasions, like he was being dragged somewhere. I mean, could it be that they were doing some weird skateboarding thing? Let's just say, let me just throw like a random, like there's a pickup truck and he's on a skateboard and they're pulling him from behind. He's like, yeah, you know, and he's being driven around, and then he, hey, when are you guys having me back on Court TV? Vinny's been gone for so long that he doesn't do those same cases, I guess. Anyways, yeah, maybe he's doing some weird crap where he's being pulled from behind, and then he falls, but he gets dragged for a while too, and he's like, and then he ends up dying from that. And that way his hands are dragging on the ground, you know. The ATV accident. It will, you know. I know, I showed it, Zozo. I showed exactly where it was. See, you weren't watching that part of the show. I did the whole thing. I only find it funny when Graves says that. Maybe it's just me. Which comment? Jessica. Yeah. Yeah, we showed the spot right here. It's, yeah. I've shown them all. See, that's the little tree in the background in the one picture. I mean, maybe I didn't show the other pictures, but I have them. Yeah, I mean, I think I showed this one. Yeah, so it's right here, like the teeth. You know, maybe there's a teeth in these little white circles, but right back there, there's the tree that's right there, see? And hell, you can probably just drag it like this. Look how close that is, watch. Oh, you guys can't see it, hold on. Hey, I almost caught myself that time. See that? Look how perfect that is. There's the tree right there, and then these 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's just a little off to the right, because see back in the background, that shape right there, it's exactly the same as this one. So that means I have to move the camera just slightly to the right, and that would be that shot. So if I was just, I mean, that's too far actually now. Because now you look at it, it's really close. Here, watch. See, now it's just like right there, that little tiny gap right there. It's too much, but it's exactly the same trees as right there. So it's just like about a foot or, and by the way, look at right there, see the crack in the picture? That's right there. That same one, and jagged like that. So, I mean, based on that, the Hughes' body was literally right inside of, like from right here to right there. Is that crazy or what? I'm sure you'll see that same location detection shown on another show real soon. You know how they do that. Yeah, it wasn't really like all over the place. I mean, it's pretty narrow here, right? So like if he was put there, couldn't they have just been, let's say he had teeth in his mouth, and while they were carrying him, they just fell out, and then they placed him, and then they're just right next to him there. I mean, obviously, there were other people involved in how he died, right? I think that's something that's got to be true. You say that every time, Court TV. Yeah. Have a good one. I gotta go serve some justice. After you never responded. Come on! I missed the first half. I wonder if he passed out and was run over. Nah, I don't think so. There would have been some damage on the ground. You know, pieces of the vehicle would be on him, right? Yeah, one thing I don't see though is that other, like this thing here, but that's definitely that. Let me just look around a little bit more. That's the only place that really looks like that, where it jags. It's only going to be, it has to be inside of this area right here. So that's the only one that makes sense. It's right in here. And maybe that's just out of picture, you can't see it. In fact, I think maybe when I was looking at that, Yeah, it's probably that right there, how it's just about this. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then just after that, probably 9 over, there's another part that jags out. And I bet you that that's this. So let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2. I think that's a error, like an image error. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so just that angle makes it look like it's closer, but there could be more. I think that's what that is. So yeah, there it is. Right inside of this spot right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm actually wondering though if that's an image error. See that right there? That looks exactly the same as that. It is. So that's a copy. You can't. That one's not going to work. So let me just move it over here. Back again. Let me see if it fixed anything. Yeah, so there's an image error right here. It's a doubling. So let's see from here if I can somehow zoom in. Okay, there it is right there. That's the one. So then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that was so close. Yep, there we go. So if you look at this one, it's from that crack, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you can just tell there'd be like 8, 9, and then this would be at an angle over here. All right, just a double check verification there. All right, currently we are at 52% of a nightly goal. Just so you're aware. What's going on, LM? What happened? What happened with the crickets? Crickets. What's going on? What's going on again? If he was dragged out there, you'd see blood stains on the road. Right, that's what I'm saying. He was placed there. Nothing happened to him out there. There was no, I don't think they even found any blood on the ground, really, you know, like it was in other places other than right on him. I guess if you go to the top up here and you it's weird how doing that optical character recognition, it ruined the look of it. She must have blocked you. She likes to block people. Naked, wearing only a pair of shoes on the side of a highway. There were no vehicle parts or debris observed on the scene. At this time, what transpired on how the body was found on the road, having multiple blunt force injuries, is unknown. Therefore, the manner of death, and why'd they choose that spot? So it's like they wanted him to be found, then they covered him a little bit, and then they put the, you know, there's like a respect, feeling bad type of thing that happened there. The decedent was a 19-year-old male who was found on the southbound side of a highway by a passing truck driver on September 4th at approximately 5:53 a.m. He was naked and was only wearing unmatching shoes. So he was completely naked and he just had unmatching shoes. There were a pair of shorts found several feet from the decedent and was reported to be his. Additionally, there were 3 pieces of white metal chain as well as part of a tooth present several feet from the decedent. Also, there was a clump of hair found within one of the lanes. The clump of hair is kind of weird. I mean, that's like, you know, like his head or something would have to hit the ground so hard that it ripped hair off, you know, or some other way. There was a clump of hair found within one of the lanes of the highway several feet from the decedent. Okay, I think we saw that picture actually. I think that's this one. I think that's what this is right here. Several feet, like he was there, and then this is in the road actually, and it's right there. Several feet from the decedent. Additionally, a clump of hair was observed on the right buttock without blood or tissue. The paved highway was lit at night. No, was poorly lit at night. There were no vehicle parts or debris observed on the scene. Further investigation revealed that the decedent was at a house party and drinking on September 3rd, 2023. Then he rode an ATV Ranger vehicle with several men that had a rollover incident. So it's interesting that you bring that up there. So it had a rollover incident with several people. The decedent was alive following the incident. This is what is reported. How do we know that, though? And returned to the party where he got into an argument. So I guess, that part maybe confirms that, but I mean, how do we know the argument wasn't before, then they went ATV riding, and then it's just people are drunk, so they say, yeah, that was... I mean, how do we know that that isn't the reality? And it wasn't his girlfriend, it was probably somebody else's girlfriend. That might be an interesting person to find out. Like, obviously they know the answer to that. But the girl that he wanted to get into the bed with, who said no, does she have a boyfriend that was also at that party? And then did that lead to some bigger thing at some point? The decedent left the house party and was not found until the morning on September 4th. So, he leaves the party, let's just pretend at midnight or something, and then he's found 5:53 in the morning. I don't know where the ATV is. How would I know the answer to that? Too much drinking often turns out very badly. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Man, really? Do you think he's a perfect male specimen? I don't know. He looks kind of 23% body fat. I mean, I know, Okay. I guess so. I think that's why everybody feels so bad, right? If he was some ugly dump, it would be like, yeah, man, that guy, oh God, he probably jumped off the back of that pickup truck. But anybody that good looking, he must have been murdered. Well, you weren't blocked. You must have been timed out because I can still see you. Yeah, the party was... It wasn't far away, actually. It was just down the road. I mean, we could actually... I think... Let me see. Oh, it's the other direction. Okay. So from right here... Let's see. Let's just do the... we'll just drive down the road. Yeah, if this guy... Let me just say this. If this guy looked like Keegan Kline, none of you would give two shits about this case. All right? Let's be honest. All right, here we go. Down the road. That's not fair, Gray. Really, every single comment is about, oh, he's just so... Be truthful. Be truthful. If it was Keegan Kline, a guy that looked just like Keegan, nobody would be talking about this case. Not a soul. Okay? Even if it was a guy that was nice, but he looked like Keegan Kline. Yeah, so somebody just drove him out this highway right here and put him on the ground. Yeah. So that's what I mean. Everybody that you know, they want it to be something worse because, you know, people that look great like that, nothing accidental could ever happen to them. I think there's obviously another person involved. I don't know. They said he was covered with, yeah, maybe when he got him he was covered with something with blood coming out. Yeah. So maybe that's what they were talking about, I guess. I don't know. I guess it's not the incident report where they're saying when they got to the scene he was covered with something. I mean, who said that his clothes were folded neatly placed next to him? Who said that? Oh, we just have to go one more block. Yeah, it's right down here, and then... So apparently it, like that house right over here. I think. Yeah. Now, we don't know if there was foul play or not, Lisa. Yeah, we don't know the answer to that question yet. So don't make, like, declarative statements when we don't actually know the answer. Yeah, so the clothes were folded. Maybe maybe somebody else folded them and to give it back to him. You know, maybe the medical examiner. Right, but I said, let's just say it was a normal person that looked like Keegan Klein. I already said that, Kimberly. That has nothing to do with anything. Yeah, come on. Wanted to do some stuff with his friends for his birthday. All right, you guys, anybody out there going to get other memberships for people? We've got one gifted membership tonight. We had 20 yesterday. That would be fantastic. We're still hovering at around 50% of the nightly goal. So if you guys are able to help support the channel, that'd be great. Got 351 people watching. Shouldn't be too difficult. All right, but I'm saying if it was somebody looked like Keegan Klein in the exact same scenario, he's a normal guy, nobody would care about the case. And that's just the truth. And what's amazing about this one is it's not really that big regardless. You know, it's not really that big. Hey, thanks so much, Pixie Blue. And let's see who got him there. It was Big Bird 420, Ryan Johnson, Nurse Rhonda, Mimi Misty, and Dim Smole. Jesus. That sounds like a troll name. Let's see. You don't believe what? Hey, that's awesome. Quinta Huggins. Loxy was gifted one. We needed to get one for... Forgot her name. From yesterday. Too bad you can't, like, pick one of the ones. Let's say you give out 5, you get to pick one. But so what? So you're saying he couldn't be at the party, Mary, and the same thing happened? What does that have to do with anything? God, you guys have such weird answers for stuff. True, but somebody that looked like Keegan Klein wouldn't be as popular as Noah. Therefore, he wouldn't be having fun at the party, and it couldn't have... That's not my point. My point was just that if the person looked like him, and he was at the party, and the exact same thing happened, people would just be going, oh man, he must have fallen off that damn... You know... I think it's interesting that this case isn't bigger, though, with the videos, and I think it's just mainly people have sort of clammed up. They don't say anything. There's got to be tons and tons of stuff out there on social media that people could have downloaded. Yeah, but he was already nude. Like, he was nude all the time at the party, you know? I don't know what the deal is there, but he just seemed like he was just nude. You know, barely has clothes on. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, look at, like, right in here, he just has those on, but then right there is, they're writing on his butt and everything, and, you know, who knows? What was going on? Was he naked right at that time, too? Like, I'm going streaking, like an old school. Hey, Chris Kresameka, jump. Gifted a membership to Caddy Wampus, I guess, is the name. Oh, thank you to Peggy and Cindy, and also to Sarah on PayPal. You know, Romeo's Heart sent me something that was kind of weird. Huh? Oh. See. Thank you so much. That's so kind. Did you guys see that? There's a video that was on Twitter with this guy walking around in Colorado near a lake or a little pond that he found or something, and it has, like, he found 10 sets of women's, like, high heels at a just out in the middle of absolute nowhere, almost like they were sex workers' shoes. And they're near this pond, and man, I actually think there might be onto something there, to be honest with you. It's pretty crazy, pretty weird. And that was in Colorado. So let me do a poll on this one and see what you guys think. Let's see. All right, there you go. That's just two options there. When, Lisa? I'm about ready to switch topics. Yeah. Yeah, they don't know what the manner, like what happened. You know, how did he die, I guess. I mean, not how did he die, that would be cause, so it would be the manner. Like, they don't have any idea why he's there or anything like that. He died from blunt force trauma. They just can't tell if it's a homicide. What's going on, LM? Are you in one of those weird moods again? Nah, it's okay, kitty cat. I'm gonna move on. I don't do my shows like that where I sit around waiting, hoping, you know. To reconstruct incident based on available information. Maybe. But where you guys were still currently stuck on 50% of the nightly goal. So if you're out there and you can help support the channel, that would be great. So we can continue on. Tomorrow we're going to try something, but I don't know. I'm kind of nervous to try the sort of a mid-month thing where I'm going to try to donate like $1,000 to somewhere tomorrow to get us over the $200,000 mark since January of 2020. Right, so now it's 66%. Yeah, we can all see it, kitty cat. Yeah. So it's accident covered up or homicide murder cover up. So it's like 67-33. With almost 100 votes coming in. Yeah, I don't know what LM's doing. I think she's having another episode. I don't know what that is. You know. Hey, thanks, Peggy. Hey, thanks, Paulette Leonard. All right. Well, when you're saying you're going to have the brother call in, is it today or some other time? I wouldn't mind if he wants to call in, you know, I mean, if he wants to call in right now or another time, I'll do that. I wouldn't mind hearing, you know, obviously they're kind of dialed in to the day-to-day stuff where we're sort of relegated to reading, you know, Daily Mail and other articles out there. I'm not, you know, this is a weird one that it hasn't picked up a little bit more steam on social media, but it would if there wasn't already gold rush going on with the Sebastian Rogers case. Endlessly talked about on a nightly basis with absolutely zero new information coming in whatsoever. Yeah, it's weird because it has, like, you know, you have this guy that women think looks good. You've got the videos that are probably a lot longer that are out there somewhere. You've got, you know, mystery. Seems more probable. Yeah, it does seem more probable. For sure. A lot of people know what happened. The trick of small towns is getting someone to talk. Yeah, that's true. Do they have a reward fund in this one? That might help out. Yeah, put together like a $20,000 reward fund. That might help out a lot to somebody in a small town. Except everybody would know once you're driving around with a new car that you're the one that... I don't know, man. I don't know. So I guess there really was that filing. Can you believe that? And there's a real document put out there. This one right here. So I just got it emailed. Look at this thing. Wow. Unreal. Okay, well they need to get somebody. Reward funds don't generally work, to be honest with you. It brings more attention to a case. Remember Molly Tibbetts? What a joke. That thing had $300,000 or something in like a week. And it didn't do anything. What was what? Now that was a letter in the Delphi case that I did a video on earlier today, if you go watch it. But I was just sent it because it was one of the documents uploaded onto the legal website. I don't know, there must be a spot though where the injuries happen. Yeah, maybe it was out in here somewhere. And then they drove him to here. I wonder why they put him here though. And also, wouldn't there have been a pickup truck or something, or a vehicle that they used to transport him that would have had blood in it? And you know, were any of the kids washing the car right after this, the truck? Don't know. Oh. Hey, hold on a second. I gotta go take a break. But we are currently 113 short of just that minimum goal that we usually do. All right, here we go. Going on? I don't know, you guys. I just think I'm not that enthusiastic unless somebody can give me some really like hard evidence that there is some kind of nefarious act that, you know, that somebody intentionally took his life. No, I don't know who that is. Never heard of him. No idea what you're talking about. Do you remember covering close to the area like they could possibly have been there for many years? Well, he doesn't tell us where the area is. Alright. Well, maybe let's make it a shorter night tonight. I'm gonna go look at something else. But hey, I appreciate you guys being here. We've got didn't make the goal or anything, but thank you to Miss Skiss, LM, Paulette Leonard, Mona L, Eugenie, Osiris Stewart, Shar, English Rose, Eugenie, WNC Granny, Kit Kat, Georgina Stoliker, Esther M, JJ, Joseph Brennan, Olivia, Paulette Leonard, Quinta Huggins, Kit Kat, Wendy Van Rokel, Kit Kat, WNC Granny, Georgina Stoliker, Jean Salzman, Esther M, It Was Me, Eugenie, Ginger Keys, then we got some gifted memberships in here. No, somebody's calling. Hold on. Hello? Who's this? Hello? Yeah, who's
Gray.
this? Yeah.
This is Ginger.
Oh, it's Ginger again. What's
Yes,
going
it
on?
is. I've been trying to get your attention to find out what the goal is at now.
I mean, I said what we only made it like 50%, and I don't want to keep asking, so I'd rather just go do something else and maybe work on. I was going to make another video. I'm kind of nervous though, because the Delphi video that I put out today only has like 2,000 views, so I could spend all this time making a new video and still get 22,000 views, and it's just not going to be working.
Okay, what was last night's end goal? You never.
Well, no, we made it last night.
I didn't see it.
No, I'm just going somewhere else, Zozo. I mean, I've been sitting here for a long time, and I could see doing another hour of shows, and I'm done talking about this case, so I don't really have any. I was going to look at this other one in Colorado, but last night we made the goal yesterday, so.
Okay, good. What's left for tonight?
It doesn't matter. I mean, I don't want to. I mean, I know you're asking, but let's see. I'll put it on the screen.
Yeah.
Let me put it on the screen. Let's see.
Yes, please.
Here it is. We made it halfway, just over halfway, 54%. Got the 136 out of 250, which is normally really easy, but somehow we're just, just is what it is, I guess.
What's 200 from 100 and what? 136. It's so little, I can't see.
Well, we could probably add, like, if we added, well, let's just say it's 150 or something. I don't know.
Okay, I will PayPal you.
Well, no,
whatever.
I don't know, but I don't want you to do that.
So we got.
I want everybody else.
I told you I would last night. I told you I would last night. Remember? And I've been trying to get it, and somebody agreed with me. So I said, "What's the goal, at you bastard?"
Yeah.
And you didn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I tried. I showed it. I told everybody what it was, and it didn't really, ring a bell or have an effect. So I didn't really want to keep saying it over and over again. Yeah.
Hi, Ashley. I see Ashley said hi, and Michelle H. Hello, Briggs. But anyway, I will PayPal 150 or whatever, just to make it even.
Well, no, I don't want you to. I mean, I appreciate it and everything. I want it to be more like everybody else is helping out too at the same time, not just, I feel bad.
Don't feel bad, because I told you I would last night, and I just happened to have the phone number, and I thought, well, I'll give it a shot before the end of the show if anybody wants to clip it.
Yeah. I mean, this guy sent me this crazy story on or not a guy. It was actually Romeo's Heart. Sent me. Well, I don't know what Romeo. They sent me this crazy. There's like this guy that was walking around. He doesn't even do true crime. He just walks around. And he was walking around in the desert. And he came across this pond that has all these women's shoes, like full sets too, not just one shoe, like both of them. So it's kind of weird, kind of creepy, out in the middle of nowhere. Like, why would be the point of that?
I heard you say that, but I didn't. I just came in late on when you were starting on this, so I'm going to go back and rewatch. But I want to thank all the freaks, all the great mods. I love you guys. Love you, Gray. I'm getting a daggum ad again, so I get like behind, and I'm thinking like every time I say something, somebody's already said it. So I'm sorry if I repeat myself, people.
I doubt it.
But anyway, have a great night. Love you, Gray. Love you, freaks. And I'll go ahead and PayPal instead of sending that through. And I don't know what happened to this guy. I have no idea, but I have been following this case.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I've seen it back on and off. Every time I see it, there's nothing that makes me go, oh, wow. You know, maybe there's somebody out there that can send me something that makes me think that it was a homicide or something greater, but I don't know.
I think you can solve this. I have faith in you, Gray. You can do it.
I might be able to figure out what happened, but not solve it. You know.
You can do it. I believe in you.
All right.
We believe in you. That's why we're here every night. But like I said, I was late getting in. So anyway, I will let you go so you can do your thing.
Thank you.
Hug Chris, hug the babies, and have a great night.
Oh, you too.
And stay safe out there.
Yeah, be safe out there. All right, well, thanks, Ginger.
All right. All right, good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night, freaks. Bye.
Bye-bye. This one looks weirder because they don't have those little arcs. I think it's right there, though. That's that same piece that goes like that. It's a different photo. Actually, it's not the same spot. Yeah, because look at on this one. Look where the cross is way over there, right? So that means they found different items all the way down here too. Because right there is, see that how there's a cross right there, and then this shot, the cross is actually to the left of the camera. So that means like you have to go over there, and it's near where this car is. So all the way down. So there's these other spots. So I don't know what those are there. Don't know what those are. But you guys see it on the screen right there. There is the goal. All right. So see if you guys can help whittle away at that. Now that Ginger came on, now I feel like I gotta. I was just gonna go do something else. Yeah, so like look at this crazy thing here, watch. Let's just watch this for a second.
Here in Western Colorado for at least 16 years since I got out of the Marine Corps, and I've spent every single weekend and every other day in between I could out here in the desert exploring. And what I have here is what I believe could be a crime, and maybe at first you might not think so, but I'm going to tell you a quick story. And I don't know if we have a serial killer or what it is, and I know this sounds like clickbait, but follow along, and I want your guys' opinion on this. So I'll try to be quick and efficient. This right here is one of a pair of boots here. One of 10 pairs that I have found out here of different sizes of high heels. Right here is a different one of the boots. Definitely a broken off heel there that looks like it got snapped off. These were found together. Now, I was out here testing out a truck and four-wheeling when I came across a pond that I'd never seen out here before, just very well hidden, and this is in a very remote location in western Colorado up along the Book Cliffs. So I'm going to take you on a little walk here and tell you what I found. So I climbed over a fence. I believe I was taking a leak.
So in western Colorado, huh? I mean, this one's one of those mystery ones. I like those kind. Western Colorado, right? It's way over here somewhere. I guess we're not really going to get to know. I mean, maybe you could base on the mountains.
I saw a high heel, and not a big surprise to see a high heel out in the desert by a pond.
When he says not a surprise to see a high heels in a desert by a pond, I think it would be weird, even if it was one shoe out in the middle of nowhere, a high heel by a pond. Okay, but
then I saw another high heel
Yeah.
And it matched it about 2-3 feet
I think
away.
one is weird.
And I thought, that's weird. Somebody left their shoes out here. And then, of course, I found...
Well, I sent him an email,
Romeo's
Romeo's Heart, but he doesn't respond.
With him looking around for about 5 minutes. And they're all in the shoreline of this shallow pond here that I'm going to show you guys here. Walked down the bank here, and this is where I found my first couple sets of shoes. And I started looking around, and once I found, I think, 3 sets of shoes.
Peter.
It spiked my interest quite a bit. I could tell that some of them looked like they were different sizes, so I thought, well, they probably belong to different people. And no, I'm not an investigator, but I've thought a lot about this now. And the details from here on really started surprising me the more I started looking into this. So I walked up and down this shoreline, and I just started trying to look in for any other pairs of shoes, and I believe the first day we found 5. And one thing we found that was very odd is just down here, about 30 feet down, if you notice there's boulders all standing on the side of this pond. I started noticing the water was very low that day, much lower than it is right now. I could see just under the surface of the water there was a lot of these large rocks placed all the way out in the mud, but in a nice little path so you could walk quite a ways out to the little island out there, it looked like, or to a very deep section. And so I walked out a ways, and it was submerged a bit, but I walked out a little ways, and I found a piece of plastic sticking out of the top of the mud. And I reached down and found it, and what was that? It was an actual high heel that had snapped off. And while looking around, I actually found, which I believe is this high heel right here, that was missing the high heel. And the only thing that's odd is that very first day, I ended up finding 6 pairs of shoes.
Yeah, he's called police.
I came back another day, and I kind of sat up on the hill over here, and I looked all the way around the pond, and I found a brand new pair of ladies' nylons with another pair of shoes, and I believe that was on to my 7th pair. I did call some friends that brought some dogs out here to look. They weren't made for searching this type of thing, but they were tracking dogs, and obviously these shoes have been down for a long time, but it was the best I knew what to do. And that day, I believe we found 2 more sets of shoes. So we were up to 9 at that point, and I came back out here to the desert. I'm really trying to check this and figure out what to do. And I came out and found the 10th pair of shoes, which was the first pair of boots I showed you. Now, I think it's crazy that every single pair has had a matching pair together. I think it's crazy that there's been multiple sizes. I did tell some people at the sheriff's department, and I was told that it was probably nothing. But I would love to know why there's a super remote, very difficult to get to pond in the middle of the desert that is not a nice place to party. It's not a nice place to be. And when it gets muddy here, this is totally untraversable. Why is it that we found 10 pairs of women's high heels, and every single pair is, for lack of better terms, a very fancy dress up, possibly like a stripper boot, always very high-legged, fancy.
Yeah, I think it's like almost feels like a serial killer dumping ground.
These are just the simple facts.
A serial killer dumping ground of sex workers. And I guess, kind of older shoes, too.
That I've found, and I would love to know if any of you guys know of any of the disappearances, and I'm going to be uploading the pictures of these shoes for what we have. Now, the pond is much higher now, and I'm guessing that whoever is throwing these shoes down here is expecting that usually they're going to be underwater. I've had to come back quite a few times now to catch the pond this low again. So usually all these shoes you see along the shoreline are all submerged underwater. So let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know if you think of a way to help. So I am only looking for help with this. If anybody recognizes some of these shoes, or anybody knows a better way to investigate, I'd love to know. God bless you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
What was that? It was an actual high heel that had snapped off.
Crazy, huh?
And while looking around, I actually found, which I believe is this high heel right here, that was missing. Hi, my name's Levi Comstock.
Yeah, he actually does something called countertop epoxy. I mean, it seems like he does videos that are completely unrelated to this, but he's on YouTube. So I sent him an email, but he didn't respond yet to it. So, well, thanks, Ginger, for your PayPal. That was very kind. Thank you. She said, never stop being gray. Yeah. What do you guys think of that one? Should we do? How about we do like? See, this one's one that's. I mean, to be honest with you, it's actually more interesting to me because it's a mystery and it's so weird that it's got to be. You know, there's got to be something to this. Why in the hell would there be high heel? Like here's Grand Junction. Guess that's in western Colorado, but I mean western Colorado is huge. I mean it could be anywhere out here. You know, I don't know where the pond is, but we could do. You want to do like a newspapers.com and do something like from 1980, 75 to 90 something, and see if we can figure out like if there's missing persons or I don't know. We could even try NamUs. Actually, NamUs might be better. Or yeah, is it? Thanks, Gloria Batari. Missing advanced search. Female. I mean, it could be any race, I guess. State, Colorado. Let's say age. Age select type. What is that? Missing. Between, let's just say, what do you think? Like 18 and 40. Something like that. Well, look at all these people. I guess maybe if we go back, there's 82 missing people. But what about, can we narrow it down to like the area out there? Like what's a town? It's a bigger one over here. Grand Junction maybe? We could try that. How about that? Will that work? Now there's one, 1975, 24 years old. Denise Lynn Oliverson, 5'4", 105 pounds. On April 16th, 1975, Denise Oliverson decided to go for a bike ride to visit her parents in Grand Junction after having an argument with her husband. When she didn't return that evening, he assumed she had decided to stay the night at her parents'. She never arrived at her parents' house. Well, we know what happened there. The next day, her bicycle and sandals were found. Sounds like a Barry Morphew story. It is suspected. Oh, look at this, though. This is crazy. Were found. Look at the next day, her bicycle and sandals were found under a viaduct near a railroad bridge close to the Colorado River on U.S. Route 50. Along the route she would have taken. So this sounds like she really went on this. And then it says, it is suspected she is a victim of a serial killer, Theodore Robert Ted Bundy. Oh, shit. Never even heard of that one. Had you? Wow, that's crazy. Bundy said he dumped her body into a Colorado River. Her body would have been placed in the Colorado River 5 miles west of Grand Junction. It was not buried. That's crazy. Isn't that weird, the stuff you can just sort of stumble upon randomly? Wow. That's insane. Right there, huh? Name another channel you get to stumble upon this stuff on, huh? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Oh. Maybe we can extend this out a little bit. It's a Grand Junction. Is there any other areas out here that are western? So Colorado, like this could be considered western. What's another bigger city, Truth Sleuth, that's western Colorado? I guess it doesn't have to be. You know, it could be anywhere in Colorado. You know, I mean, you know, you would drive them to a place like that, right? All right, there's 82 people in there. Isn't that weird? The first one we land on is some suspected victim, and Bundy even mentioned her. Like that literally probably is one of his victims. Now let me read off the cities and you can tell me. Like Eaton, Arapahoe. Well, I guess we could just look them up. Let me sort it by. Okay, Aurora. Where's that? A lot of different people from Aurora. No, Aurora, Colorado. Ah, God. Well, it's kind of right there, right in the middle. So you could easily, like near Denver, right? So maybe that's probably where a lot of sex workers are, and then you travel with them and you dump their bodies over there. So I guess we'll have to go with that. Aurora, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 women missing from there. Want to just go through each one of those? Aurora, here's the first one. Lori Ann Keel. She would be 63 right now. Look at that, 5'4", 105, just like the last one, almost identical. 1992. Lori Teal was reported missing by her brother. The brother called police to make a report. Brother advised Lori Teal had not contacted family members since October 1991. Lori Teal was living with her boyfriend, who advised brother that Lori Teal had moved to Los Angeles, California. Anyone with information about this case is asked to contact Aurora Police Department. All right. Next one. Go to the second one. This one's Daphne Renette Hope. 5'3", 150. Aurora, Colorado. Daphne was last seen in Aurora. And we could do Denver too, I guess. $36. Blanca Estea Gavia Ibarra, female, Hispanic, 5'6", 150. She was last seen in Aurora, Colorado when she left her home to purchase a cell phone. She left a newborn baby behind. Her husband reported her missing to the Aurora Police Department. Isn't that crazy, these cases like that? There's so many of these. That lady's not alive. I can tell you that. Yeah, there are 11 pairs of shoes. It was last seen March 10th, 2023 in Aurora. So that's a new one there. I thought I had a date range on that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're on this one. 1990. Laura Lucas was last seen in Aurora, Colorado, June 8, 1990. Come on, you guys. Don't be shy. You can go ahead and reach the goal for me tonight. Don't be shy. You can do it. Although, I guess Ginger already did, so don't worry about it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 2021 now. I don't know. Let me go back to the search criteria over here. Female. Date of last contact. Between 1980 and I don't know, 2015 or something. Now, there's only 49 in that one. So where's Burns, Colorado? Well, that's getting over there. Right there, Burns. But I mean, this doesn't seem like a sex worker hub there. Because I think that's what those shoes would be, right? If those were actually from a serial killer, don't you think those would be from sex workers? On April 14th, 1996, Deborah Hagman was reported to have been involved in a motor vehicle accident. Her vehicle had driven off the Colorado Road and ended up in Colorado River. From the point of entry into the river, the vehicle ended up downriver. When the vehicle was recovered from the river, Deborah was not in the vehicle and presumed dead. Huh, that's an interesting one. That might be one where she intentionally tried to make it look like that. Kimberly Diane Green, 1996. Unknown. Husband indicated she had left her residence on foot to go to a local convenience store located at Mississippi and Buckley Road. He did not report her missing until October 31st, 1996. He is currently incarcerated on unrelated charges. Well, okay. On November 15th, 2013, the husband of Kimberly, Michael Medina, was convicted of first-degree murder in the disappearance of Kimberly. Her body has yet to be recovered. So, you know, I guess her husband, well, why is it saying he is currently incarcerated in unrelated charges? But then, what's this thing then? Her husband's in jail because he killed her. I mean, what are you guys talking about? What a weirdly written document. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'd like to know where this absolutely was located, though. And then maybe we could work out from there. Do they have any options where you can say what they did for work? No. Let's see it. I mean, why in the hell would you have a pond that has 11 pair of high heels. You know, like out in the middle of nowhere. And both pairs are there. Almost as if the person that was in the boots made it there too or something. Or, you know, I guess it's possible that they got killed somewhere else and, you know, they took the boots there because that's what they like to do. I don't know. Erica Pillsbury just messaged me. They're over in Hawaii spreading Mercedes Vegas's ashes out there. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking boot fetish, but then why would you like dump them at a lake? I mean, there must be some reason. If the bodies aren't at the lake, you were still trying to hide the boots or something. You have a lake full of boots you can come back and visit. You know, oh yeah, that was so and so. Well, I mean, he told the sheriff and everybody. They just didn't seem that interested. I mean, you know what always bugs me about that shit? Why not? Why aren't you interested in that? Or you know, like those metal hunter guys, yeah, that throw magnets in the rivers, and they pull out a firearm, and they call the police and they go, oh wow. Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll take it and, you know, then give us a call. We'll probably, you know, you can have it back if we don't. They seem so disinterested. But you know what? You know what's amazing, everybody? Every single gun that's tossed into the water was used in a crime. Because if you can tell me somebody that went, you know what, I really like this 38 Special, but yeah, screw it, and just huck it into a river. Even that's a type of bullet, I just said, but you know, you just throw it into the river. You know, nobody does that, right? You're throwing away a gun in a river because it was just used for something. Nobody just does that. Well, it's not a coincidence, Wendy. It's definitely not a coincidence that there's 11 pairs of boots at a small little pond like that. There's zero chance that it's a coincidence. It's just, why are the boots there in the first place? You know? Yeah, I think they need to get somebody out there. They need to dredge that entire lake, pond, whatever you want to call it, and see what the hell's in there. Because I wouldn't be shocked at all if there weren't bones in that damn pond. Because that is just too weird. Out in the middle of absolute nowhere, there's these high-heeled boots. And the matching pairs of them. Not just... Well, it'd be weird if there was just a single pair, a single of 11 different types too. But the fact that they're both there kind of means like, wow, somebody was wearing those. And you know what? We see those stories too where there's boots. I wonder if did he look inside the boots? Because if there were bodies connected to those boots, it's very possible that there would have been bones inside the boots themselves. We see that happen all the time. These shoes that come to shore with feet in them. And we all think, oh, it's a serial killer, but it's really just the decomposition and the shoe comes off and the bone's still in it. I'm writing a link for what? Drop a link. Jesus. Let's see. I don't know any woman that normally wears heels to a remote pond. Right. It seems crazy. 11 pair of boots, huh? Well, because they haven't found anything else, Zoza. That's why. Maybe they're in the water. You know, you get decomposition and shoes come off, you know. Yeah, definitely not a case of a pissed off husband who took all the wife's shoes and put them in a remote pond. She'll never find them in here. I guess that's possible. Mm-hmm. Do you have information on this one, Mike? I mean, being a former officer, what would you say that's any different than what we're saying? Is what I'm asking. Not the terrain for high-heeled boots. I mean, it's in the absolute middle of nowhere. I mean, he didn't send me I want the GPS coordinates of where it is. You know? Like, where is this? You know, I guess what I could do is look up where the guy lives and then kind of, you know, figure it out. Yeah, I don't think so, Mike. You're too demanding. I don't do it like that. Let's see. They also dumped stuff, so it could have been a bag of shoes somebody dumped. Really? Like, they just went all the way out in the middle of nowhere to a pond and threw some, you know, yeah. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, when? Zozo. Somewhere north of Grand Junction. Here, let me check this out again. Hold on. Let me go back to that email.
I mean, I could out here in the desert. Hi, my name is Levi Comstock, and I've lived here in Western Colorado for at least 16 years since I got out of the Marine Corps, and I've spent every single weekend and every other day in between I could out here in the desert exploring. And what I have here is what I believe could be a crime, and maybe at first you might not think so, but I'm going to tell you a quick story. And hi, my name is Levi Comstock, and I've lived here in Western Colorado for at least 16 years since I got out of the Marine Corps, and I've spent every single weekend and every other day in between I could out here in the desert exploring. And what I have here is what I believe could be a crime, and maybe at first you might not think so, but I'm going to tell you a quick story. And I don't know if we have a serial killer or what it is, and I know this sounds like clickbait, but follow along, and I want your guys' opinion on this, so I'll try to be quick and efficient. This right here is one of a pair of boots here. One of 10 pairs that I have found out here of different sizes of high heels right here.
That's weird because the address that I have for him is Grand Junction. Yeah. Now, I'm going to tell you what his address is, but it's kind of interesting that we were just looking at that. That's near Denver, right? Mm-hmm. Where's Fruta? Actually, that one might be the one. Fruta, hold on. I think I saw that a minute ago. Hold on, Fruta, I think that's Western. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Wow, look at that. This is definitely Western Colorado here. Okay, now we can get somewhere. That's definitely the place. Fruta. That's where this guy lives. Okay. So, you know, where out in the desert is this? Let's see what it looks like over here. Well, this will just be the base, because that's where that guy lives, in that town. So. Yeah, he said he found a newer pair, yeah. Wow, my stomach's just... Yeah, it's a pretty big area. I was just kind of... I mean, at least you were narrowing it down. I mean, especially if it's just a little pond. I mean, how the hell do you find that? There's no street view anywhere. So I guess I'll have to just wait. I'm sure he's over in this area though. Like, you know, either right in here or right in there. Alright? Because that's the desert around him. So I would think, you know, maybe something like, I mean, is there a street view anywhere out in here? Let's just see. Yeah, I mean, it's just desert. Hey, isn't that where, that's not Anadarko oil right there, is it? Holy crap, doesn't that look just like that place in the... That's crazy. Oh man, it looks just like the place that, what's his face worked? Here, I'll just play the whole thing again.
Western Colorado for at least 16 years since I got out of the Marine Corps, and I've spent every single weekend and every other day in between I could out here in the desert exploring. And what I have here is what I believe could be a crime, and maybe right first you might not think so, but I'm going to tell you a quick story. And I don't know if we have a serial killer or what it is, and I know this sounds like clickbait, but follow along, and I want your guys' opinion on this, so I'll try to be quick and efficient. This right here is one of a pair of boots here.
What do you mean, where's the video from? What does that mean?
I found out here of different sizes of high heels. Right here is a different one of the boots. Definitely a broken off heel there that looks like it got snapped off. These were found together. Now, I was out here testing out a truck and four-wheeling when I came across a pond that I'd never seen out here before, just very well hidden, and this is in a very remote location.
That's what we're trying to figure out, exactly where the video was taken. But it's on Twitter, if that's what you're wondering.
Hi, my name is Levi Comstock, and I've lived here in Western Colorado for at least 16 years since I got out of the Marine Corps, and I've spent every single weekend and every other day in between I could out here in the desert exploring. And what I have here is what I believe could be a crime, and maybe right first you might not think so, but I'm going to tell you a quick story. And I don't know if we have a serial killer or what it is, and I know this sounds like clickbait, but follow along, and I want your guys' opinion on this, so I'll try to be quick and efficient.
I just looked him up.
This right here is one of a pair of boots here. One of 10 pairs that I have found out here of different sizes.
What do you mean, then why is he looking for it? I don't know. What are you saying, Quinta? I don't understand what you're saying. I'm saying it's on Twitter, and it's on... And I'm looking, I have the town that he lives in, which is way western Colorado, just like he's saying. And now I'm looking, you typed in, video said Book Cliffs. I'm waiting to see that part, okay? I mean, we could look to see where that is. Let's see. Book Cliffs, Colorado. Yeah, it doesn't exist. That's way over here. That's not in Colorado. That's Utah over there. So that doesn't make any sense.
Sizes of high heels. Right here is a different one of the boots.
Let me just look where I want to look.
Off heel there that looks like it got snapped off. These were found together. Now, I was out here testing out a truck and four-wheeling when I came across a pond that I'd never seen out here before, just very well hidden, and this is in a very remote location in western Colorado up along the Book Cliffs. So I'm going to take you on a little walk here and tell you what I found. So I climbed over a fence. I believe I was taking a leak, and I saw a high heel. And not a big surprise to see a high heel out in the desert by a pond, but then I saw another high heel.
Why isn't it a surprise, by the way, to see a high heel in a desert by a pond? I mean, I don't know, it just seems like no matter what, if you're in the middle of the desert and you find a pond and there's a high heel next to it, it's just kind of weird anyways.
And it matched it about 2-3 feet away. And I thought, that's weird. Somebody left their shoes out here. And then, of course, I found 2 more sets of high heels.
You have to say you're sorry.
Within looking around for about 5 minutes.
Look at all these.
And they're all in the shoreline of this shallow pond here that I'm going to show you guys here. Walked down the bank here, and this is where I found my first couple of sets of shoes. And I started.
Turns out it's a pond owned by Nordstrom's, and they throw away all their old high heels in there. Right?
Started looking around, and I did, once I found, I think, 3 sets of shoes, it spiked my interest quite a bit. I could tell that some of them looked like they were different sizes, so I thought, well, they probably belong to different people. And no, I'm not an investigator, but I've thought a lot about this now, and it's the details from here on really started surprising me the more I started looking into this. So I walked up and down this shoreline, and I just started trying to look in for any other pairs of shoes, and I believe the first day we found 5. And what I found that was very odd is just down here, about 30 feet down, if you notice there's boulders all standing on the side of this pond.
There's ponds all over the place.
I started noticing the water was very low that day, much lower than it is right now. I could see just under the surface of the water there was a lot of these large rocks placed all the way out in the mud, but in a nice little path so you could walk quite a ways out to the little island out there, it looked like, or to a very deep section. And so I walked out a ways, and it was submerged a bit, but I walked out a little ways, and I found a piece of plastic sticking out of the top of the mud. And I reached down and found it, and what was that? It was an actual high heel that had snapped off. And while looking around, I actually found, which I believe is this high heel right here, that was missing a high heel. And the only thing that's odd is that very first day, I ended up finding 6 pairs of shoes. I came back another day, and I kind of sat up on the hill over here, and I looked all the way around the pond, and I found a brand new pair of ladies' nylons with another pair of shoes, and I believe that was on to my 7th pair. I did call some friends that brought some dogs out here to look. They weren't made for searching this type of thing, but they were tracking dogs, and obviously these shoes have been down for a long time, but it was the best I knew what to do. And that day, I believe we found 2 more sets of shoes. So we were up to 9 at that point, and I came back out here to the desert. I'm really trying to check this and figure out what to do. And I came out and found the 10th pair of shoes, which was the first pair of boots I showed you. Now, I think it's crazy that every single pair has had a matching pair together. I think it's crazy that there's been multiple sizes. I did tell some people at the sheriff's department, and I was told that it was probably nothing. But I would love to know why there's a super remote, very difficult to get to pond in the middle of the desert that is not a nice place to party. It's not a nice place to be. And when it gets muddy here, this is totally untraversable. Why is it that we found 10 pairs of women's high heels, and every single pair is, for lack of better terms, a very fancy dress up, possibly like a stripper boot, always very high-legged, fancy high heels. There's never just a boring pair of shoes. These are just the simple facts that I've found, and I would love to know if any of you guys know of any of the disappearances. And I'm going to be uploading the pictures of these shoes for what we have. Now the pond is much higher now, and I'm guessing that whoever is throwing these shoes down here is expecting that usually they're going to be underwater. I've had to come back quite a few times now to catch the pond this low again. So usually all these shoes you see along the shoreline are all submerged underwater. So let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know if you think of a way to help. So I am only looking for help with this. If anybody recognizes some of these shoes, or anybody knows a better way to investigate, I'd love to know. God bless you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.
We got a fake finger there.
Oh. Where's the nail?
Okay.
Wait, is this the same place? Or?
Here, a fake nail right there.
It looks like a shirt or now it's a t-shirt. Material.
Oh, so maybe it is sort of turning into something kind of dumb. Yeah.
Wrapped in wire.
That's how it was.
Yep, there's a fly. There's something in it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
If a black fly just came out of...
Oh, God. I think this might be the Blair Witch Project. Okay. Right. Forget it. Next time on Who Put the Shoes Here? Well, maybe somebody put the new pair of shoes after you posted maybe you put a video out there. Anyways, we'll see. But anyways, that's going to do it, you guys. Thanks at the end there to, well, hold on, let me thank the people out here. Let's see. Thanks to Ginger, Peggy. So it was, Peggy a couple times actually, and Cindy. Not Cindy J, obviously. And Sarah. So very cool on PayPal there. And then we had the, let's see, I think at the end we had Desiree, Quinta Huggins. Where did you see book cliffs, Quinta Huggins? I didn't see that at all. It's actually in Utah too. I was trying to find that. I don't know where to look here. We could spend all day just kind of zooming in. There's ponds all over. Everybody has ponds. I mean, there's one right there. Look, Oh, it's hard to see. There's a fence there. Hell, that might even be the damn one he was just at, right? And there's ponds all over the place. And thanks, Ginger, for getting to that goal. Well, that's nice of you. Gloria Batari and Peter. Are you still here, Quinta? Well, I just want him to send me the email where it's located. But it was kind of weird to have next time on, don't you think? A little bit. Just a little bit, a little weird at that point. Yeah, I thought it was just some random video, but then all of a sudden there's this other sequel. What do you think of that, Romeo's Heart? Right, that's why I need him to give me the coordinates, Truth Sleuth. I sent him an email earlier today. I said, give me the... Well, I didn't say it like that. I said, hey, I'm Grant Hughes with Grant Hughes Investigates. You have the coordinates. But I think we got it more narrowed down. That it's way over here in really far western Colorado. I mean, look at this. There's a pond right there, for God's sakes. That looks like that easily could be the one that he was at, right? There's a pond right there. Here, I'll put a pin on that one. Pond. There's one. I mean, that one's kind of hidden away too, so it's kind of, you wouldn't see it unless you were. I mean, I don't know actually. Let's see. It just seemed like I had a mountain, like stuff on the side. But look, way over here, there's one. I mean, you could spend all day just moving around. I guess what I could do if I had some way if there was street view and I could see the mountain range, because he does show the mountain range, and you can actually do it just by going down like this. And you can kind of see the mountain range. I guess she took off. Quinta Huggins. It's not it isn't. I just looked it up. I typed in book cliffs. Let me get rid of that. Okay. Book Cliffs View, it is. Well, it's right near, okay, it's right here. Okay, Book Cliffs View. Where did you see the word Book Cliffs on there? This is Book Cliffs Views. So I'm not sure what that means there, but that's a view. That's not called Book Cliff. So here's one. So Grand Junction is definitely very far western Colorado, but the guy lives in Fruta, so it might be right around here. So here's Book Cliffs right here. View it's called, not Book Cliffs. But I mean, what is Book Cliffs then? Is that what these are? Because this is Book Cliffs View, so there must be cliffs called Book Cliffs, right? But it doesn't have that up here. Well, it's book list view. And so if you're right there, what are you looking at? Yeah, they don't have the 360 on there. Hmm. Well, where's Quinta Huggins? There's a pond with... No, but hey, Quinta Huggins, where did you hear it say... Oh, in the comments. Did he put the comment or some random person put it in the comments? Yeah, no, it's in the pond. There's a like a thing in the middle, yeah. I know, but I mean, didn't it bother you a little bit that there was like the sequel video already with weird music? I mean, that just sort of, at that point, it's like, okay, this is stupid. Now we're looking at like, it loses credibility when you see stuff like that. Almost immediately. Yeah, this isn't anything right here. Obviously. Yeah, I mean, I could sit here all day doing this, but hey, thanks, Maisie-ish. I don't know. Where is this? So that's Book Cliff's view. I mean, does that mean it's up on here or what? What did it say exactly in the comments? Like, next time, will we find another pair of shoes? Or will there be some socks? I mean, that's right near where this guy lives, so... I mean, did he say that in the comments? Let me go find that really fast. Ah, Jesus.
Never risk drilling into a pipe.
Let's see. My suggestion is to try. Okay. Put some game cameras. Be careful. The location is too remote to have the sheriffs just shrug it off. Yeah. Try a drone. Ownership to land is public record. I don't know. I don't see where it's saying anything. I don't have time to kind of dig through all the comments. Try to find something. What's 450,000 acres? Truthfully, I don't know what you're talking about. Look. What do you mean? Look at what? Hope I didn't get pranked. Was the next video up? No, that's all it was. It was that little short, like, next time. All right. Book Cliffs Recreation Area. Let me type that in. No, but that's not in... You just sent me from Utah. Truth Sleuth. The thing you just put up there is from Utah. That's not in this. It's not the right place. Come on, Truth Sleuth. Slow down. It's not the right one. I'm just trying to picture, like, if he's saying I'm in the desert, it's not going to be, you know, likely probably not there. It almost feels like it's like right over here, kind of like, it seemed flat-ish where he was. I mean, his pond was one that had like, there was a middle to it. Had a little like rock in the middle. This is November. Okay, there's Book Cliffs. It's not that one. How big do you... That pond's pretty big, right? Yeah, it's way bigger than that. That pond looked like it was like 200, 300 feet, 100 yards. Are you guys even still here? Anyways, this is like a needle in a haystack. So I'm just gonna go. Hopefully he emails me back or something. We can talk about it later. But to me, I mean, it's interesting, but it's also kind of weird when you have next time. All right. Anyways, thank you guys very much. Thanks for just really chatting away there. I could see the comments just flying by. It was amazing. But we'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? So thanks for being here. Thanks for everybody who's supporting the channel, etc. But tomorrow I was going to try to do like a bigger night of fundraising. So I'm going to try to donate like $1,000. I was thinking of actually putting it into our scholarship fund. But that'll get us over, and that's actually a non-profit where that is. And we'll be, we'll get to over 200, we'll be at like $200,100, all right? So we'll see how tomorrow goes. But today, you know, we've had like 4 days in a row, kind of going backwards a little bit, but it's because of the cases. You got to get those really big ones, and then people show up. And yeah, no problem, no problem. Well, sorry about that, Sparky. Thanks everybody for helping out there. Thanks for sending me that Romeo's Heart. Thank you up there to Quinta Huggins. I think you got us kind of in the... Look at the lake next to Saddle Horn Utility. Really, let's see. All right, I'll check that out right at the buzzer. All right. Oh, way up there. Yeah, that's the one I was just looking at. It's right here. I just pointed that. I said that's not it. You see, that's not what that lake looks like. This is like there's stuff around it. He's in the middle of nowhere, and there's a lake that was hidden behind some like mounds. Right? Hey, thanks, Quinn Huggins. Saddlehorn Utility Area. Yeah, I just checked it out. Thank you, Cynthia N. Request the other. Hope you got it. Oh. Maybe send it to me again, though, because I get so many emails. Sometimes things get buried. I look at it and go, oh, okay, that's cool. And then, you know, I just get so many things going on. So send it to me again, Raquel. Yeah, I don't think that's the pond, Quinta, because there's two ponds. It's too organized. It's right there. It's not out in the middle of nowhere in the desert. No, I don't want you to send me anything, Cindy. All right, so thanks everybody for being here. We'll see you guys. No, he didn't say Book Cliffs in the video. I listened to it 3 times. But yeah, we're in the right area. I mean, if Book Cliffs is right, I know that he lives in Fruita, Colorado, which is right here. So, you know, Book Cliffs area is sort of right around in this area. So it's right there. Right, I know. Oh, that's great, everybody. That's great. Okay. All right. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for being here. See you tomorrow. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there. And a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a 7. I don't want to.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen.
We already got the name though, so you're already late.
That
YouTube
is a crime dissector.
YouTube is asshole. You're already late.
I'm a
We already know the
human
spot.
lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Greg is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Fool deflector, interceptor, and I'm meaner than a spectre with a vector on his pector. With all respect, y'all, just remember I've a temper fucking checked ya. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody? Talk to you later.
Be safe out there. And by the way, YouTube guy, we already got the right town already. We already had it. You don't need to keep, like, oh, he says it. Who cares if he says it or not? People were already saying in the comment that that's where it was. All right?